The little girl was already asleep on the cold subway bench when Marcus Reed checked the time for the third time in less than a minute and realized the next downtown train was delayed again. And in that moment, the exhaustion in his body felt heavier than the steel tools hanging from his work belt, because missing this shift would mean losing overtime he desperately needed to cover rent, daycare, and the growing stack of unpaid bills hidden inside the kitchen drawer of his tiny Queens apartment. But none of that hurt as much as watching his 6-year-old daughter Lily curled against his jacket while rain slammed against the station windows before sunrise, and Marcus whispered quietly to himself that no father should ever have to choose between keeping his child safe and keeping the lights on at home. Yet life had forced him into impossible choices ever since his wife passed away 4 years earlier, leaving him to navigate grief and fatherhood alone beneath the endless noise of New York City. And as the station speaker crackled with another delay announcement, Marcus rubbed his tired eyes and noticed a woman sitting several feet away near the coffee kiosk, elegant even in the dim fluorescent light, her long cream-colored coat untouched by the chaos around her, while she calmly turned the pages of a hardcover novel as if the city moved slower around her than it did for everyone else. And Marcus normally would never speak to strangers about his daughter because trust had become a luxury he could not afford. But the train headlights finally appeared in the tunnel and panic tightened in his chest because he had less than 2 minutes before the doors closed, and Lily was still asleep, and the overnight supervisor had already warned him that one more late arrival would cost him the position that kept food on their table. So Marcus stood frozen between fear and desperation until finally he approached the woman with cautious embarrassment written all over his face and asked, in a strained voice, if she could watch his daughter for just 5 minutes while he spoke to the conductor about the delay and confirmed his shift transfer. And the woman slowly looked up at him with soft, green eyes that seemed strangely emotional the second they met his face. And for a moment she did not answer at all, almost as if she could not believe he was standing there after all these years. And then she glanced toward the sleeping child before quietly whispering words Marcus never expected to hear from a stranger at 5:30 in the morning. "I have been waiting 5 years for you to ask." And Marcus stared at her in confusion because he had never seen this woman before in his life. Yet something in her expression carried familiarity he could not explain, and before he could ask another question, the woman gently crouched beside Lily, carefully placing